Gonna be hanging out in the greenhouse a little bit today, and then I'm gonna go out into the garden. I am gonna get some raised beds made. I got all of the wood that I needed to get cut up, and so I'm gonna go ahead and put them together. They're actually stacked over here, and get them out in the garden and kind of put them where I want them, maybe see how level the spots are. I'm excited to get some stuff planted maybe today. It's supposed to get up in the 60s, and then Thursday is supposed to be close to 70 degrees. Of course, I'm not thinking that we're not going to get any more cold snaps, because we probably will, but I am home today and I am home on Thursday, so I'm pretty excited about that. So let's get started with putting these together. So these are cedar. These are cedar this time. I've not made them out of cedar before. I just bought 2x4s and then stripped them and stripped them in half, cut them in half, and then these are 6-foot cedar fence pickets. I've got a video actually that I made my other raised beds. So this is the same thing. And since these are actually like 5.5 inches, I do have a little bit extra. I'm going to leave this, and this will be the bottom, and it'll kind of cleat into the soil. So, or I can flip it the other way and have somewhere to lay, like if I want to put something over the top of it to keep the chickens out or whatever, but most likely this will go on the bottom and kind of cleat into the ground. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to make these short end panels, make a bunch of these, and then I can take it all out in the garden and put the long panels on and put them together a lot easier. I have some friends back in the background, and y'all can't make fun of my carpentry skills. My dad is a carpenter. My husband does carpentry. I have some skill, but not a whole lot. But anyways, I try to do as much as I can by myself. But I have learned some things. So I'm just going to drill some pilot holes, because otherwise the wood will crack. And having 2 drills to do this with is much easier than one. Had to use one before. Alright, well there's one end. I only have 23 more to go. Alright, so I started a little bit. The plan is to go ahead and get this cleaned up. I think I'm going to take that big tarp where Pepper's at, drag it to the high tunnel, caterpillar tunnel that's still not done, and take all this out there as well, because I'm not going to need it. These panels are going to be put up. They're going to be trellises, and I'm just trying to kind of get stuff cleaned up. Put fence posts over there, keep them together. There's some of my older tomato cages, but that is just the plan, to go ahead and get maybe 3 more of these raised beds set and ready for trellises. We'll see how that goes today. All right, 3 done. Only 9 more to go, but only 3 big ones. The rest of them are 3x3s, so those should be maybe quicker. I'm not sure. I don't know, but I'm liking it. Ready to get the trellises up. Pretty excited about that. It warmed up pretty nice now that we're kind of towards noon. The sun is up, the clouds. There's not very many clouds in the sky. It's actually really, really nice out here. I've got lots of cardboard over here that I'm going to start putting in these raised beds. I have 6 of them done, and I have the other 6 small ones laid out where I want them. There's 2 on the other end down here. These pathways I made bigger than my original ones. These over here are bigger just because I'm putting trellises all down through here, but these are bigger just because the other pathways are 2 foot and really doesn't leave me a whole lot of room, so these are 3. So I've got 2 small ones that are going on the end. This post will have to be moved to the other corner of the garden. But all in all, it didn't take too long. I ran out of screws, didn't plan for that, so I used all the ones I had. Some my husband had in the garage, and I probably should go look and see maybe if I can use some more. Maybe he's got some more in there. If he does, I'll go ahead and finish these small ones. If not, then I'll wait for another day or go get some later. But that cardboard, I'm going to work on that and put it in the bottom of these beds. Kind of helps fill it in. It's organic material that will break down. And then I will start probably picking up some limbs and things and putting in here. And then we've got some dirt down in the bottoms that we had a ditch redug. And so I'm going to steal some of that dirt and put it in here. And then probably top it with some good compost or some organic matter from our home store. And then plant it and get really excited about all the stuff I'm going to be able to plant this year. I just left the garage and found some more screws. So on with the project. I'm going to have to buy some more screws now. Since I used 2 boxes of my husband's that's in the garage. So I guess I'll be buying him some and buying me a big box to keep out in my greenhouse. I bought a huge box and I have went through all of them. But they have lasted for quite a while. So I guess I'm continuing this project. I am going to run inside and get me some water though. I did forget to bring that out. Out of screws again. So I didn't get all the ends done. Got about halfway done, I think. So I'm at a standstill with those, but I made good progress, I think, on those today. So I decided, since this bed is pretty full, the chickens have been scratching around in it and everything, I am going to go ahead and plant my beets. I'm going to go ahead and plant some here. I've got, if you've watched my video on how I organize my seeds, this one is going to be sown these 3 dates. So all this in here. So I'm going to go ahead and plant some of my beets in here, and I'm going to use this that I got for Christmas. I asked for a seeding square, and I'm going to give it a shot and see what I think about it. If you've used it, let me know what you think. I have not used one before, so we're going to see how that works. I've used like square foot gardening, of course, in my raised beds, but never like this. So I'm going to try the seeding square out and see what it does. But I'm going to go ahead and plant these, and then I have something to cover them up because otherwise the chickens will get in here and just destroy the bed. Alright, well, if you want to come along with me and see how I do this, not really sure. Got something to go over this. It is not going to cover the whole bed. So, and of course, I have things in the corner, so that's not going to go like right up against it, but I think that will be okay. And this bed is not exactly square either, but I'm assuming you just press it down firmly, and then all these red holes is where beets go. The only thing about this is this is probably for like perfectly level beds. Mine is not such. So I'm just gonna plant these until I run out of these. These are albino beets. Okay, that was pretty easy. Just gonna move it to the next. Okay, so these are supposed to be 3 feet wide, but because they're not super, it's probably 3 foot on the outside, and I have this corner thing, support. It's not actually, it's not actually going to go all the way over. So, I'm just going to have to kind of wing that spacing. I'm just going to put one there. And one there. Alright, let's try this again. Except I patted down my line, so I don't really know where I'm at. I think that is about it. Definitely got to be careful with this thing. Pretty sure I could bust it. Probably should have done 2 seeds per hole. How many seeds do you put per hole normally when you plant? I usually put 2 with like anything else, so I guess I should probably do these like that too. I went ahead and I did about half of the raised bed in using the seeding square. So I have albino beets, I have ruby queen beets, and then over here I have two other kind of beets, a golden beet and a chiagia. I'm not really sure how you say that beet. It's kind of like a striped beet, and these I just put rows. So we'll see. I'm going to pull my irrigation tubing over here. Of course, I'm not going to have that on for a while, but I'm going to go ahead and water these a little bit. And then I've got something to put over the top to keep the chickens out. The chickens out is super important. I have them out free ranging, and they really like this bed. They've already been kind of stirring it up, and so I'm definitely gonna have to put something over the top of it to keep them out of it, or they'll destroy my crop that I just planted. I underestimated a little bit how big that piece was, so I found another cattle panel. Hopefully that will work. This might be the thing. I don't know. We'll see. Be trying to check out what I'm doing. They're like, they hear the seeds rattling. They see me in the dirt. But I just snuck in a row all along the edge here of sugar snap peas, because I'm going to have a trellis that's going to go from here up and over to this bed. And that's what I want those to grow up on. So I'm going to do the same thing with the next two sets of beds. This is going to be just a big tunnel. Put cucumbers, anything like that I can grow up on these trellises. Alright, I'm done for the day. Just kind of putting stuff here and there to kind of see how I want to do it. I'm going to put these two trellises here. I gotta hook them together. And then this one may, since it's a longer panel for some reason, it may just go over to the other side. That way I can have some shaded plants in there. I don't know, we'll see. Otherwise it's really, really high. But I've got to check and see how tall the panels are that are on the mobile coop that got tore apart. So we'll see how that is and then go from there. That's it. I'm done. I changed my hats. I needed some sun protection instead of warmth. But I'm done for the day. I'm going in. We're going to go do some fun things, go hike and stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's kind of like a collage of stuff. Getting some stuff ready for the garden. I'm going to be coming out with one for March. See what I need to do for March, and I'm going to share that with you. So I hope you're enjoying these videos. Be sure to like and subscribe, and don't forget to be lovely lights today.